People can sometimes be hard to read. Emotional manipulation, masking, adaptation to the social normality is common in modern society, with people not always showing you what they're truly thinking or feeling. Imagine if you could see a person's emotions summated in a small flag on top of your subject's head. What would you do? Use it to your advantage? Make people happy? Or try and break them? The first two, I thought so. However, our main character in If Her Flag Breaks chooses to make that third option his mission, and somewhat fails in his endeavours in the arms of many, many girls. So many freaking girls, oh my god! Our story is about a guy named Soto who was the sole survivor of a horrible shipping accident where his entire family was killed. He is left to fend for himself and huddles inside a derelict house alone. He has a special trait, though seemingly given to him by a strange mage named Sakura, who was on the boat at the same time. He can read people's emotions. Not through some special magical foresight that looks cool, his visual cue is a lot simpler and cuter. He can read social flags, as in he can tell what people are thinking and what their ultimate motive is. For example, one of the many girls he befriends clearly has the hots for him, as the love flag is raised by the second episode. This girl is Akane Mahogasawa, an heiress to a huge company. She quickly wants to be friends, and despite Sota's repeated efforts to break her friendship flag, she rebounds and he capitulates. I said break her friendship flag. Why would he want to do such a thing? Akane is pretty cute, even if her voice is screechy and sickly sweet. Sota is a pained individual. You would be too if you were in his position. He believes he has bad luck and tries to push people away and live alone so as to not trouble other people and have them meet with a potentially awful fate. He can see social flags, but he can also see if people are about to die. He thankfully chooses to save people, but his main goal of staying alone is a total failure, with him securing the required 5 cute girls who are into him in a romantic comedy. In fact, he gets closer to 10 of them. 10! That's more than 0, mate. You're not exactly doing well at being a hermit, and it seems that by the end of the season that there'll be more. His house is renovated thanks to the kind efforts of the student body of the school he goes to, and most of the girls in this show up sticks and move in with him at the drop of a hat. The rest of the story is geared towards recounting Sota's adventures with his female companions, as well as discovering more about his powers he was gifted with. It's a two-part narrative, that's for sure, but it seems like it's a cut above most others. There are a lot of catalysts in this show, and most of them are girls. Nanami, who is clearly focused to be one of the key love interests, is a princess and heiress to the Principality of Bladefield, a poor European duchy. Don't look it up, it doesn't exist. Her abrasive manner kickstarts the whole show when she accosts Sota and gets him out of his lonesome slump, enough to spark a comedic story to unfold before us. Then we get Kikuno and Rin, who were childhood friends of Sota and help him connect more to his past so he is able to rebuild a social structure. Akane, her lackey, Ruri, and Megumu are the new acquaintances to freshen up Sota's friendship circle and help him secure a strong community with his now renovated house/dorm/girl shed. The characters may be archetypes of many other anime, but they have logical places in the show, and most of them don't feel like they've been shoved in. Even Megumu, who is confused about his gender, finds solace in Sota, who is pretty straightforward when it comes to it, and accepts what he sees. His place in the story is a moral cue for us all to be accepting of everyone we meet, and that we all just want to have a friend. It's a touching subplot, and it saddens me a little that others keep getting him confused for a girl, although it doesn't help that the producers of the show chose to have him have a sister who forces him to wear female clothing. It's sad that he's used in this manner, but Sota's mannerisms uplift me somewhat. You can tell from the next slide that Megumu is a little bit happy about this. I'm gonna say this right here. This is probably one of the most blatant examples of a harem anime I have ever seen. There are so many girls that every male anime fan will have at least one character that they really like. They're literally falling out of the sky. There are so many of them. My favourite is the deadpan android Ruri, who is totally modelled on Ruri from Martian's successor Nadesico, I swear it. Ruri's place in the show is to observe Akane. She is a rich heiress, to be fair, and offers one-liners and quips whilst munching on USB energy. She's a cute android, and it proves that the models of flinging female personas at the screen will guarantee that one will stick. One thing to remember though is that the overarching narrative is that Sota needs to change his fatal destiny. He is to gather 4 gifted souls, a princess knight, a shinobi, a clergyman, and a magician. It's obvious that a bunch of the girls are going to end up filling those slots based on their personalities, but this rather morbid plot is at least garnished with sugary sweetness to negate most of the pessimism. The show itself is one that has a sizable heart pounding a mile a minute. There's always something going on, a quip being made, a gag being spun, and generally most of the jokes hit. There's one scene where Ruri spots that Mimori, the student president, is aroused by blurting out her heat signature down below. That came from left field and I did laugh loud, which is rare for me. It's not like I don't find things funny, I do, but it takes a lot to get me to laugh out loud. If Her Flag Breaks is funny, and yet it has a serious streak to it in Sato's troubled past and his uncertainty of the future. and what his powers mean. The entire package is presented well with a nice flair and somewhat unique style. The character models look cute if a little moe for my liking, but I will give it credit as its story and writing are above average. I reckon the show is meant to be spoofing the harem genre with the sheer number of girls fawning over Sato in some shape or form, as well as the exaggeration of the friendship angle, or more like Twister. Watching If a Flag Breaks was a welcome break from the serious anime I've been watching, a chance to have some light-hearted comedy and get something that wasn't brain dead and with a touch of mystique about it. I went into this thinking it was going to be stupid and ridiculous. I am right that it is ridiculous, but I was wrong about it being stupid. The flag angle throws lots of cards on the figurative table, and means that the teenage angst that is rife in most anime is reduced significantly, and in a novel fashion too. I like that. I also like that the show's director, Ayuma Watanabe, also directed Mysterious Girlfriend X, one of my favourite anime. It probably explains why I have a soft spot for the title. The show is amusing and bonkers at times, and yet despite its simplistic character models, you kind of want Sato to be happy like they do. I'm happy at least. If a Flag Breaks is available to stream on Crunchyroll. My rating? Continue! A surprisingly charming and unique spin on the harem genre. If you like what you heard, please visit my Patreon campaign to help grow Anifile at patreon.com/MasakoX, or follow me on Twitter at MasakoX.